Hello. I hope you guys can all hear me. If you can hear me, if you can see me, go ahead and drop a comment and let me know that you guys are there and that I'm not just talking to myself. It is Tuesday. It is August 3rd. I hope you're all having a great day. We're having beautiful weather here. I'm on the east coast of the United States, and we are just having some really beautiful weather, like in the 70s and 80s. And the really fun thing is today is the opening day of our county fair. So I live in a really rural county, the most rural county in New Jersey. And people hear New Jersey and they think that it's all like turnpikes and cities and stuff. But there's some really pretty areas in New Jersey, and our area especially is the most rural. It's mostly farms. The cows and the horses way outnumber the people who live here in my county. So we have a really good county fair where I live. There's all kinds of livestock. There's chickens and goats and cows, and every year it seems like they get more and more of these like fancy chickens with all like fancy feathers, and so they're really cool. And then there's things like the skillet toss, and where the ladies throw a cast iron skillet and see who can throw it the furthest. And actually happen to know, I think she's the reigning champion of skillet toss in our county. There's the tractor pull, where the giant tractors like pull these heavy weights to see which tractor can pull the most weight. And okay, so it sounds kind of goofy if you're not here, but let me tell you, when you're there, it's super fun. There's fair food, barbecue and ice cream and funnel cakes and all that kind of stuff. And Thursday night will be fireworks. So, and the weather is really nice this week. Like I said, we have been there years where the temperature has been like somewhere around 100, and it's crazy hot. You just feel so sorry for all the 4-H kids and the animals that are just hanging around there at the fairgrounds for 4 or 5 days. So, yeah, super excited to go to the county fair. Tonight's opening night. My husband and I will be there, and we'll be there at least 1 or 2 other nights just saying hi, because we know people who are there, who are involved, and we like walking around and seeing all of the displays and everything. So that's what's going on in my little world. Hope you're having a good day, a good week. I'm doing a Facebook Live because last week I did one, and lo and behold, you guys like really seem to like it. So I'll do another one. If you guys can stand the sound of my voice. You know how it is, how everybody always says when they hear themselves talk, they don't like the sound of their own voice. Same here. Don't like the sound of my voice. But if you guys can put up with me, then I will do another one of these. So the first thing I wanted to talk about today is our Treat Yourself Tuesday pattern. Now, I do not have a sample for this. I looked and looked. I could not find the sample. Honestly, I think it got left behind in a quilt shop somewhere a long time ago. So I'm probably never going to see the sample again. Oh well. But I have the picture, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it, very much of it. But if you go to the website, you'll be able to see it better. And I'm going to put the links to everything that I talk about today in this Facebook Live. I'm going to put it in the description of this video. So you can go back and just click on those links and find all these things that I'm talking about. So the first thing is, our Treat Yourself Tuesday special is this beautiful day pattern. If you can see that, it printed out pretty late for some reason. But this was originally, I designed this as a baby quilt, but it's nice big blocks. So you don't have to just do this as a baby quilt. You could do it in any kind of colors. The other thing is, even for a baby quilt, if you don't want to do pastels, a lot of like modern moms they're not into the pastels anymore for babies. They like things like primaries, or even black and white, or like a really modern color palette, like that has orange and teal and olive green and those kind of colors in it. So do this in whatever colors, whatever fabrics you or the mom to be or family will like. So again, it's called A Beautiful Day. And the other thing that's fun about this, other than the fact is it's big blocks, so it goes together really quick. It has embroidery in the middle of 5 of those blocks, and you get 10 embroidery patterns with this pattern. So there's 10 to pick from, and you only need 5. So you pick your 5 favorites, and I'm going to tell you that the embroidery patterns alone are worth the price of this pattern. So this pattern is regularly $7. It's a digital pattern, meaning that it's just a PDF download that you're going to get. It's, is it 7 or 6? It must be 6 because the sale price this week is $3 because we usually do half off. So $3 for this, the quilt pattern and 10 embroidery patterns. And I'm just going to show you how cute are those little animals that are the embroidery patterns. There's the bunny, the turtle, and you got to kind of turn it this way so you can see it. The turtle, the little sheep, the dog with the kite on his tail. Let's see, we've got some bugs like a dragonfly and a little caterpillar and a butterfly. And then, okay, look at this one. It's a duck with an umbrella, wearing rain boots with like, look at those knees. Look at those outrageous knees on this duck. Okay, so I'm telling you, $3. It's a super, super deal just for the embroidery patterns alone. And again, you don't have to do embroidery. You could just do the quilt pattern with like any kind of a novelty or a floral fabric, anything in the middle in the place of that embroidery block, and it's going to make a really quick, super cute quilt. If you need a bigger quilt, just add a bunch of borders. That's like the easiest, fastest way to make your quilt a little bit bigger. If you need it for like a bigger kid or something, just add some borders. So that's our Treat Yourself Tuesday special this week. Today is Tuesday, so it started today, and it will run through Thursday evening Eastern time, so New York City time here in the US. It's going to run through 8 p.m. So you have a couple of days to grab that pattern. I think you're really going to like it. And remember, we do Treat Yourself Tuesday every week. So the other really, really fun, super fun thing that we have going on this week is we're doing a little promotion where you get a free gift with every $25 purchase on our website. So for every $25 you spend, you get a free gift. So if you spend $25, you get one gift. If you spend $50, you get two gifts. If you spend $75, you get three gifts, and so on and so on. I know you guys can do math. There's no limit to how many gifts you can get. So the only thing it does not apply to, because these are gifts that are actually going to get put in your package and mailed to you with your order. If you order only $25 worth of digital products, so if you order $25 worth of patterns that are digital patterns, you're not going to get a free gift because we have no package to put the gift in. But you can combine, so it can be like you can mix fabric with a digital pattern to get yourself up to the $25 if you need to do that. That's fine because we're going to put your gift in with your fabric or your notions or whatever it is. Or you can just buy you don't have to buy any digital products. You could just buy, like just fabric or notions or books or whatever. As long as it adds up to at least $25 before shipping and before any discounts, and it's something that we're actually going to be mailing to you, you're going to get a free gift. So the kinds of gifts we have are, and these are kind of like, we're not going to let you guys pick because that's going to get too confusing. So we're going to put these it'll be a surprise for you because you're going to get your package and be surprised at what you get. We have little notebooks, little notepads. This one says Be Happy. We have these really cute little mini zipper bags that are great for like notions or travel. So we've got a few. That one had bees on it. This one says Spread Kindness and Choose Happy. This one's got butterflies. So like I said, every $25 you spend, you're going to get a free gift. You spend more than $25, you get to $50, you get two gifts, and so on. So that's going to go on all this week through Sunday, August 8th. So for best selection, get your orders in because we are running low on a couple of things. One of the fabric collections that I talked about last week in my Facebook Live sold out in just a couple of days. So if you see something you like, make sure you hop on over to the website and pick that up. And remember, I'm going to put all of the links to everything in the video description, so you can find all of these links later. And if you're watching this in replay, the links will probably already be there because as soon as we're done doing the live portion, I'll go back and I'll put all those links in for you so you can find everything. So the next thing I wanted to talk about is our block of the month. So the My Hometown block of the month, believe it or not, is wrapping up this month. We sent out the finishing and border instructions the other day. So if you're on the block of the month list, you should have gotten that. If you didn't get it, check your spam or your Gmail promotions folders and all that stuff to see if it got lost somewhere. So just in case you're new and you didn't see our block of the month, I wanted to show it to you one more time. And we're going to be deactivating these links to the patterns in a couple of weeks. So make sure that you don't just save the email and think that later on you're going to click it and get to it, because the link is not going to work anymore. So what you want to do is download the PDF and save them. And I would actually also print them out and save them. So you have like the digital version on your computer and a printed version, because things get lost, computers break down and all that kind of thing. So make sure that you have it in a safe place, because once the couple weeks is over, when we deactivate these links, we're not going to be able to send out the free pattern links anymore. But remember, we had this quilt in 2 different colorways. I'm going to show them both to you today. So this is the summer colorway, and this one we did with machine applique. Okay, ready? I'm going to hold it up so you can see it. Okay, so that was our summer. So there were 2 different ways that you could do this, actually more than 2. 2 different colorways. So we had the summer, and then I'll show you the spring. And then you could also do applique, like I just showed you, or you could do hand embroidery. So this is our hand embroidered version done in the spring colorway. This is like really pretty pinks and purples in this one. I think everybody's favorite was the bicycle block. I know it was my favorite. So where is it? There's the little bicycle. So again, if you haven't signed up for this block of the month yet, sign up right now, as soon as you're done here, and then download all those patterns, and you can work on it whenever you have time. And let's see, the next thing I wanted to talk to you about, well, block of the month. I'm actually working on right now a block of the month for next year. It's going to be, really cute, because I like cute things. I think you guys like cute things too. So I'm looking at fabrics. I found some that I think are going to be really, really, really nice for this. So that's what I'm working on right now. You guys won't see it for a little while, but that's kind of going on behind the scenes. But since we're finishing up that My Hometown block of the month, in the fall, we're going to be starting a block of the week. So if you've been around, you may remember last year we did 2 block of the weeks. We did, what was the first one? Oh, Silver Linings. We did Silver Linings in the spring, and then we did Fa La La in the fall. So we're going to be doing one called Snowmen and Silent Night coming in September. And I actually just finished one of the little embroidered snowmen. I'm going to show that to you. See, isn't he cute? So that's our little embroidered snowman. And so you're going to have options to either do embroidery, or we're going to have the pre-printed panels. And, so this is the quilt we're going to be making, and I just wanted to show you that this is what the little pre-printed panel will look like. So that's going to be our sew along starting in September. So fingers crossed, we're hoping to have all of the stuff ready for you guys to sign up for that next week. And then we'll get you more information about the sew along, which starts in September with the snowman on it. And like I said, it's going to have options either for hand embroidery, or you can purchase the panels. In addition to the panels, we're going to have these little tiny button packs that go with it. So like, you might have noticed that he doesn't have any buttons. So, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these little tiny heart buttons, and he's going to have like little heart buttons on the front of the snowman. So you'll be able to get these as an optional purchase if you want. You can get the panels if you want. Now, something I haven't shown yet, I like to do quilt labels that coordinate with our projects. And so I have done some cute quilt labels that are going to go with this. So if you make this little quilt, you can have a coordinating quilt label on the back of it. So this is the first time I'm showing these. But these will also be available for optional purchase. So you can see it's the same exact snowmen as our blocks. And there's 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 or 10, I forget, quilt labels on here. So you could pick your favorite one to put on the back of your little snowman quilt, and then you have some extras left over for any other kind of winter projects, or if you want to make multiple quilts, you could do that, and you'll have plenty of labels to use on your little snowman quilts. So these are also going to be available for optional purchase if you want to have a matching quilt label on your little snowman quilt. So the next thing I wanted to show you, let's see. I think I'll show you a quilt that we just got back. I just got back from the sample maker, and this is going to be for the Art of Home Club. And this collection, it has a farmer's market theme. And actually it's going to be called Farmer's Market. But this is the little quilt that she just finished to go with this collection. And I'm just going to back up so you can see it better. So you can see it says we've got Farm Fresh. We've got little pears. We've got the carrots and then like the little basket. So this came out really cute. Again, this is going to be, if you're a club member of the Art of Home Club, you're going to get this pattern in September. And you may remember that I had shown some pictures of like a radish block that I was looking on. That's also part of this collection. I don't have that sample here with me. So this is going to be a really cute collection. Really looking forward to this because I'm really liking the way this turns out. So club members, you can look forward to this in the next month or so. I think that's it for the samples that I wanted to show you guys today. The next thing, the final thing really that I wanted to show you was, people really liked it last week when I like opened up these fat quarter bundles and showed you guys what was in them. So I thought I would do that again. Sometimes it's hard to appreciate what's in a bundle when you just see it all like bundled up. You can kind of get an idea of the colors, but you can't see really like the fabrics that are in it. So the first one I wanted to show you, I really like this one. This is called Tea with Bee. And I don't know about you, but I like anything with like a tea or a teacup theme to it because I happen to really like tea. I collect cups and mugs. Like my cupboards, when I open the door, the cups almost fall out on us because we really can't cram another one in there. But I keep buying them anyway because I just like little cute mugs and cups. So this has like these really pretty, like vintagey looking flowers. And look at this print with all the different teacups on it. Isn't that cute? I love that. It's a really dainty floral on that one. This one has like a honeycomb pattern to it because you know you have to have honey to go with your tea. There's again like a really vintagey, small vintagey looking floral. So this again has a very kind of a vintage look, vintage palette, really beautiful florals. I mean, that's just a gorgeous floral there. So this might be cute if you're making like mug rugs or like tea cozies or something like that. Oh, and then there's this little print. I don't know if you can even see these. Each of those is like a tiny little bee. So it's a little bee continuing that tea and honey theme. So this is super cute. This is called Tea with Bee. And this is available on our website right now. And then we also have, and I, for the life of me, I cannot get this one untied. So I'm just going to show you. This is called Stardust. And again, it's got really pretty florals in it. A little bit brighter pinks. But what I like about this is that the colors really go with this Tea with Bee collection. They don't match exactly, but that's actually really good if you're doing if you want to do like a scrappy quilt and you don't want it to be like super, super matchy, you want it to really look scrappy, you could mix these two collections together. I think it would look really pretty together to make like a scrappy quilt out of these two. So this one was T with B, and this one is called Stardust, and I'll put the links in there for you. And then I wanted to show you, because I happen to like both of these next collections because I like red. I'm a red girl, I have a red car, I just like red things. So this one is called Sunday Stroll, and this one is by Bonnie and Camille for Moda Fabrics. And this is a very big bundle. I forget how many, I don't know. I think there might be close to 30 or 40 fat quarters in this bundle. It's a big bundle. But it's got like florals with a lot of red in it. It's got, this one's kind of a vintagey looking floral. It's got this really great, like a diagonal buffalo plaid, which is really fun. Strawberry prints, which, I mean, I don't know about you, but I can never get enough of anything with strawberries on it. Here's another. There's strawberries on a little teeny tiny green print. Ooh, look at that pretty red floral. So there's a red stripe. So like I said, I like red. Ooh, this is really pretty. Look at that red floral. That is beautiful. So it's also got some green prints in it. You can see these green prints. Ooh. It's got a little bit of this turquoisey blue. This is adorable, this print. Can you see that print? It's like a white background, and then it's got turquoise and navy and red little kind of ditzy flowers in it. So that's super pretty. And then it's even got a little bit of like a charcoal, almost black kind of a color in it. There's more strawberries on that charcoal background. So this one is called Sunday Stroll by Bonnie and Camille. Now Bonnie and Camille also have a collection of solids, and I wanted to show you, it's always good to have solids, I think, because it's just, you know what, it's a really practical way to fill out your stash. If you do applique, a lot of times you need like solids or really small prints for applique, so these are great for that. If you're doing like scrappy projects and you need, you know what, you need a little bit of red or you need a little bit of blue, it's a solid. It will work with any kind of fabric that you're working with. So this has like all their classic signature red, their blues, green, pink, like a peachy color, yellow, gray, and then that's actually a navy at the bottom. So, so I just want to show you how nice this looks with, because they're Bonnie and Camille's signature colors. They kind of repeat a lot of same colors in their lines, so you can see how nicely those are going to go together. So that might be a nice, you know, nice thing to pick up to have in your stash. So I mentioned that I really like red. This is another collection. This is by a designer named Brenda Riddle, and Brenda is a friend of mine. I've known her for years and years and years. And she does these beautiful, beautiful, really soft, cottagey looking fabrics. So there's a floral, there's a tiny floral, there's a buffalo check, which is just like a neutral. It's like a beige. There's this really, really pretty tiny floral. There's a little bit of green. Here's that check. It's like a large gingham, I would call it. That's done in green. Let's see. There's some cute little X's in green. I don't know if you can see the pattern in that, but it's like an all over pattern. It's like a tonal. And then the little tiny floral. And then she's got some like light pink and this really dark pink that goes really nicely with that red. And then this really beautiful gray, which is so popular right now. So this is called Sophie. Now what I wanted to show you was this also goes really nicely with this Bonnie and Camille Solids bundle. So either of these, either the Sunday Stroll or the Sophie will work really nicely with the Bonnie and Camille Solids bundle. So sometimes it's hard to see online. You don't know what goes with what. So I just thought it would be fun today to show you things that you might not necessarily think go together, like like the Bonnie and Camille collection along with the Sophie collection. You might not realize that those would go together, but they do. Or like when I was showing you the Tea with B and the Stardust collection, they could go together too. So, so that's it for the fabric I was going to show you. I just wanted to show you a few notions, because if you remember, we're doing that promotion. You spend $25, you get one gift. If you spend $50, you get another gift. So let's say you're like at $45 and you're looking for like one more little thing to pick up to get you into that $50 range so you can get two gifts. I just thought I would show you some of my favorite notions. So this is a little tomato pin cushion. Do you guys remember well, of course you do, the tomato pin cushions? Like, everybody had them. Everybody's grandmother had them. I know your grandmother had them. If your grandmother sewed, your grandmother had a tomato pin cushion. So these are fun. They're sort of modernized in that there's a tiny print in the tomato fabric. And they also come in 3 different colors. They come in this red, but then they also come in yellow and green too. So maybe you want to do something a little bit different than the typical tomato pin cushion, but these make really nice gifts too. This is my favorite, one of my very favorite notions. I use this like all the time. This is our 1/4 inch seam marker. And I don't know if you can see it in the package, but if you make HSTs, half square triangles, a lot like I do, this comes in so handy for drawing in your lines to get those perfect 1/4 inch seams on your HSTs. So I like this. I have this right next to my ironing board. This I use all the time for making my HSTs. It's the 1/4 inch seam marker. And people have told me who bought it that they really, really like it too, that it works really well. It's just a handy little gadget to have on hand. So, and then finally, we also have, I showed these to you last week, but I wanted to show them to you again because they were really popular last week, and we still do have some left. But we've got the little tins with the sewing machine and the scissors on them. They also make great gifts. They're also great for, put your binding clips in them, put your pins in them, or your little embroidery scissors or that kind of thing. If you do any kind of handwork and you have like all of your little notions sitting next to you and they're kind of falling all over the place, going on the floor, these are a nice little way, really cute way to kind of keep your stuff organized. And then finally, we have this retractable seam ripper. So I don't know about you, I have half a dozen seam rippers all over my house. They're in my sewing room, they're next to the sewing machine, they're on the ironing board, they're on the table next to my chair in the family room, and yet still somehow I can't find my seam ripper like immediately when I want it. So I just collect seam rippers. I have tons and tons of different ones kind of scattered all throughout my sewing space and my house so that I always hopefully have one handy. So this is another one that I really like. It's retractable and it's super sharp. I like that it's big because it really gives you something to kind of hold on to so you don't drop it or anything while you're working. And like I said, it is quite sharp. So the nice thing is it's retractable. You don't have to worry about like the cap. I have the kind that have the cap, which they work really great, but I always end up losing that cap. So this one, there's no cap. You just retract it when you're not using it. Make sure you retract it when you're not using it because it is sharp. So this is also a nice little handy notion to have on hand. So I think I've talked to you guys about everything that I wanted to talk to you about today. So thank you so much for watching this today. If you're watching the replay, thank you for coming and watching our replay. I'm also going to upload the video to YouTube because we do have some people who are not on Facebook. And so I also put it on YouTube so that people can watch it on YouTube if they would like to. And that's it. If you have any questions at all about anything that I talked about today, then just post it in the comments and I will come back. And let's see. I just want to see if there's any questions right now that I can answer before I leave. I don't see any questions. So, all right. So if you think of a question later on, just post it in the comments and we will come back and we will answer it. Have a really great day, a really great week. Make sure you check out our specials on the website get yourself that free gift that we're doing this week with our promotion, and the Treat Yourself Tuesday pattern, which was the A Beautiful Day pattern. And that's it. Have a really great day. Talk to you later. Bye.